Hi everyone, welcome back to Sheri Approved. If you've been around for a while, thank you so much for coming back again. And if you're new to my channel, I hope that you will enjoy the content. My name is Sheri, and of course, welcome to Sheri Approved. And based on the title of this video, you know that I'm here to discuss skincare favorites. Now I put July skincare favorites, but you could ignore the July thing. I put that there just so that we can have some context about what we're going to talk about today. But just a little bit of background. I have been for the last 6 to 8 months, I have been trying so much new skincare, and I have not really been sharing a lot with you guys in terms of reviews and so on, but I have a ton of stuff lined up to share with you. And in today's video, I want to share some of those products that I have been using, some for as long as that period of time, some a little bit less, but yeah. All of them I have been trying for quite a bit, quite a while, and I think I'm ready to give you my thoughts on them. I have here some drugstore up to high-end. I have from Western and Asian beauty products. So we have a nice mix. All of it is skincare though, and I have something for almost every category. Yes, I do. Almost every category. So the first thing that I want to share with you that has become a favorite. Again, like I said, I have been using some of these for quite a while. So this one is actually almost finished. I probably have like 2 or 3 uses, and that's this. This is the Pyunkang low pH pore deep cleansing foam. And if you've been around my channel for a while, if you've been following me on social media, on Facebook or Instagram, you know that I have spoken about low pH cleansers before, and it's really about protecting your natural skin barrier. Our skin naturally has a low pH, and depending on the product that we use or the products that we use, we could actually throw off the natural skin barrier balance or the natural pH balance of our skin. That will disrupt, the natural mechanism of our skin to protect us from all the gunk and the bad stuff out there and keep what we need to have in our skin. So you want to make sure that you're using a cleanser that's not going to we're not just necessarily talking about stripping all the oils and so on, but we're also talking about pH. So I love this cleanser because number one, it's a low pH. It's close to the pH of our skin already. And then this cleanser actually is one that is not necessarily the type of cleanser that I will usually go for, because this one, as you will see in the clip, it dispenses like a light cream type texture, but then when you add water, it completely foams up. And a lot of Korean cleansers actually have this format. It goes from like a cream to foam type of thing. And those are usually not the ones that I go for. I tend to like gel type cleansers, but this one I really liked, because in general, like those types of cleansers, like cleansers with this type of formulation, I find that they leave a kind of residue on my skin that I don't like, but this one does not at all. Now it foams up really nice. You get a nice lather, light fluffy foam on your skin. It really cleans the skin deeply but gently. There is no stripping of the skin, and in fact the brand recommends that this cleanser can be used for all skin types. I don't know if I'll go as far as saying that as somebody with dry skin, not necessarily recommend this cleanser. Not because it will be drying, but maybe because somebody with dry skin might want something a little bit more hydrating. But this one is definitely protective of your skin barrier. And the smell of it though, because I have recommended this to a couple of people, and it's interesting that a lot of people tell me that they smell ginger in this. So I had to keep going back every time to check if that's what I smell. I actually smell lemons. I find I get like a kind of citrusy, very morning burst friendly, wake up nice spa type of scent I get from this cleanser, and I love that. But it's not that this cleanser is only for the morning. You could use this in the morning or the night. It will give you a deep clean, and it's safe enough to use every single day. And again, a little goes a long way. Something to note about these, like, it's only because somebody actually told me this. If you hold the tube up to the light when you get it, you're going to realize that the whole tube is not filled. I don't know if that's just packaging or marketing or whatever, but the thing about this is that a tiny, you really need just the smallest amount. If you dispense too much of this, like the amount that you'll probably dispense for a gel cleanser, you would be using way too much product. But yeah, again, if you're looking for something that's going to be protective of your skin barrier, especially people who are acne prone, this is a good one. But again, this is one that can be used on multiple skin types. And if you like that kind of foamy kind of texture in your cleansers, definitely look at that one. So the next item that I have to share with you is actually a toner. Now, In general, you would find that there is the trend of thought right now that a lot of us probably don't need toners anymore, compared to how it probably would have been an important part of a skincare routine several years ago when cleansers were way more stripping. Now we find a lot of cleansers are following, for example, that same vein that I just spoke about, and they are closer to the natural pH of the skin. And before, a lot of toners were actually used to kind of restore that pH and so on. But nowadays, toners are not like long ago. Toners now have all kinds of beautiful extracts and ingredients and so on. So the line between toner and essence tends to be a little bit blurred. So some people might skip toner, just use the essence. Some people might skip an essence and just use a toner, especially if you're using one from the Asian beauty, Kbeauty side, because a lot of them are really and truly hybrids. This one is actually the Madagascar Centella Toning Toner, and this is by Skin 1004. You all should know this one, well, not this particular toner, but the brand, because I have spoken about this forever and ever and ever in terms of the ampule. Skin 1004 also produces the Centella Asiatica 100% ampule, the Madagascar, and it has been a favorite of mine. I've gone through bottles and bottles and bottles. It's amazing on my skin, and in fact that was one of the products that really got me into Centella Asiatica, and it's one of the reasons that I keep telling you so much about it over and over and over. But they also have this toner, and this toner contains 84% of Centella Asiatica extract. Now the ampule is completely Centella Asiatica. This one is very, very liquidy. It's a very, very watery toner. And I will use this exactly the way you'd use a regular toner. I'll just dispense some on a cotton pad and I'll sweep it on my skin. But what makes this toner special and why I have loved it so much is because this actually has PHAs. Now, I would have done a couple posts recently because in the whole conversation of AHAs like glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid, the sensitive skin people are always be like, oh my God, we want to experience acids too, but what is there for us? Enter PHAs, which are polyhydroxy acids that have much larger molecules. They worked really, really well. They're very, very effective on the skin, but they are what we call milder and kinder on the skin, right? So they actually do the same thing that AHAs do in terms of breaking down the bonds that hold those dead skin cells on the skin and sweeping them away. And that is what this product has. So this has PHAs in the form of, let me make sure I'm saying this correctly, gluconolactone, oh my God, I'm sure I'm not saying that properly, but I have read that word 1,000 times, but it's in a lot of products now because that's a form of PHA that is actually used, and it's really good for sensitive skin. Now, does that mean that anybody else can't use this? Absolutely not. This is one product that I would actually recommend for all skin types. And you see the size of this bottle. This is going to last me a long, long time. I cannot detect any fragrance in this at all in terms of like a scent of it, and it is very, very calming on the skin. I actually use this along with the ampule. This will also help to soften the skin and brighten the skin because of the PHA effect. And while we're talking about acids and you're saying, oh my God, you know, when can I use this? You could actually use this morning and night because it's very light, it's very, very gentle, and it's not going to create any extra UV sensitivity or anything like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful toner, and one that I highly recommend and I have come to love. Now, this next product actually falls in the essence category, and I'm not going to lie. When this was first posted on social media, like on Instagram and so on, when they announced it, I was a sucker for packaging and I totally fell for the packaging of this product. That's one thing. But not only that, I have had a good history with this brand, and this is from Amfram, and this is their Fig Boosting Essence. So this is what the bottle looks like. Like you could see, it is so aesthetically pleasing that I've actually ordered another product from this line to try. I haven't gotten it just yet, but this product has had some controversy. And when I say controversy, in terms of reviews, in terms of people's thoughts and so on. So when I started to use this, I actually went to check to see what other people thought, and it was exactly as I expected. This is a product that you're actually either going to completely love or a product that you're probably really not going to like. But before I get into that and my experiences, let me just tell you a little bit about what this is. So, like I said, this is the Fig Boosting Essence. So this is an essence. This comes after toner and before your serums, right? Now, what makes this a little bit different is because I have not heard about any other essence on the market. There probably is. I am actually seeing now a little bit of skincare coming out that actually has fig extract. So this has like around 62% fig extract. And why fig extract? Nobody knows what made from. Think about putting that in a line of products. But there is some research that shows that fig extracts is high polyphenols in omega fatty acids and vitamins, has antioxidant properties. It helps to fade dark spots. It helps to plump the skin. It gives really great hydration to the skin. It could actually prevent water loss, and that is something that's really important, not just for people with dry skin, but for a lot of people with oily skin, because a lot of people with oily skin actually have dehydrated skin. So there is definitely some interest in the properties of fig extract. Now, beside that, this essence also has peptides. It also has amino acids. And again, here we go again with protecting skin barrier, because those are two products, or two ingredients, I should say, that really help to build the moisture barrier of the skin. So again, beautiful ingredients that you want to put on your skin. It also contains betaine salicylate. No, I could write that easier than I could say it. Now, what is that? It's almost kind of like salicylic acid, but it's derived from beets. It works the same way like salicylic acid, just a little bit more gentle on the skin. So there are people who, for them, using direct salicylic acid is too harsh or it's too much, and they will actually use products with this ingredient instead. And there is some of that in this. And let me tell you a little bit about my experience with this. Now, you will see in the clip that I will show that this actually has a kind of thick, I don't have to say thick consistency, but it's a little bit thicker than regular essences. Now, you've seen it's running there, but you really feel it when you are actually massaging it into the skin. And that's where the whole like it or hate it comes in, because while this looks very, very runny, when you start to rub this in, now it feels amazing on the skin. Your skin will feel super silky, soft, and smooth. But this is not one of those essences that is going to be absorbed into skin right away. You need a good 2 to 3 minutes to leave this on your skin for it to absorb. And you will literally feel it coating your skin with moisture. It's coating your skin with hydration. And you're actually going to feel like, I don't know, it's really, really difficult to explain, but it feels so nice on the skin. I actually find it to feel very, very luxurious. But besides that, because it's actually at that point where a lot of people actually either fall in love with this, and then there are people who don't like it at all, because they figure it's an essence, it should absorb much quicker into the skin, and they feel like it takes really long to absorb. But I find like if I leave this at 2 minutes, 3 minutes max, it is absorbed into the skin, and I could continue my skincare routine. But I fell in love with it because when I was actually having breakouts from mask acne, like from wearing masks, that I actually would use the Centella ampule, the same one that I mentioned, in the same line of the toner. I will put that on my skin first. That's much thinner. It absorbs really, really fast. And then I will pat this into my skin. And that combination, along with the other ingredients or the other products that I've used, really, really helped my skin. Like, I noticed a difference. And the next morning, my skin really looks healthy and radiant. So I've been really enjoying this particular essence. But again, think about the consistency and if that's going to be something that you're going to like. Me personally, I am in love with it. The next two items that became favorites are actually two serums. The first one, I actually already did a full review for you on Instagram. Like, let me see if I could kind of show you this. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum. The bottle is very, very gorgeous. It's super reflective. I will put the link in the description box below so that you could go and read my detailed review on the ingredient deck and so on. This is the most expensive product that I'm showing you here today. I think this retails in Sephora for like $80 US. And this is essentially a cocktail. No, it is a niacinamide based serum. So it is a serum for brightening the skin. It also has a little bit of vitamin C in here. They also have some other brightening ingredients, but they also have some minerals. So there are some gold flecks and so on in this, which definitely makes your skin look absolutely glowy, absolutely beautiful. Like you could see your skin glowing. You will not see the specks of gold or anything like that on your skin because it's really, really, really micro inside this formula. But a couple things that I've noticed about this and why I'm actually shocked that I'm talking about it as a favorite. Now, yes, I did like it, but a couple things. One, the texture of this, while it looks like really, really creamy, you will see that on my skin, and I have oily acne prone skin, this thing absorbs into my skin really well. So this is a serum that I have been able to use both day and night. It wears really, really well under makeup, especially on my skin type. But the other thing is that when I tested this product, I tested it for a month straight. It was the only niacinamide based serum that I kept in my routine. So it was the one that I would apply on top of my retinols, on top of my acids. Every night I would use it. And usually when I'm testing a new serum, a new ingredient, I will use it for a month straight. I would not put another product or another product that is similar in my routine so that I could really test it and get a good feel of it. So when I was finished with like around 4 or 5 weeks use of this product, I packed it away to bring something else into my routine for testing. Then I realized how much I love this. My skin missed it. Now, when I use this every time, I will absolutely notice that my skin looks plump, it looks youthful, it looks radiant and all of that. When I packed it and when I stopped using it, I felt like my skin was missing the serum. And then I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? My skin loves this Charlotte Tilbury serum. It is $80 US. And at this point, I'm still not sure that when it's finished that I'm going to repurchase it. I'm still not sure because $80 US is a lot. And granted, those gold flecks may be tricking my mind. It very well may be tricking my mind. But the truth is, the serum is very well formulated. It is a beautiful serum. It works well. My skin enjoys it. I just don't know about the price tag. But it has become a favorite. I got this though from Influencer, so I can't complain and I have a good bit to go through. So this is going to last me quite a while. So the next serum I have for you is a vitamin C serum. And you'll be like, what? Vitamin C? Didn't you just talk about Cos de Baja? Yes, and I love the Cos de Baja vitamin C serum because it is one of those Ascorbic acid serums that my skin does really, really well with. But this one is actually by another Asian brand called Breylee, and this is their vitamin C serum. I have actually been using this for about 2 months now. I've been testing this, and you could see that I have used quite a bit of this, just about half of this bottle. And why I'm talking about this and why I'm so excited about this, we have a couple of reasons. So the form of vitamin C in this one is ethyl ascorbic acid and not L-ascorbic acid. So this is actually a derivative of vitamin C as well, but it is one of the newer derivatives of vitamin C. And based on the initial studies, the molecules are actually smaller, so it appears to penetrate the skin even better than a lot of other vitamin C derivatives, especially ascorbyl glucoside, which is in a lot of vitamin C serums that many of us tolerate well. But this one seems to penetrate better, so it tends to work better. And there have been excellent results in terms of how quickly this brightens the skin. And I could definitely attest to that. So again, I would have put away my Cos de Baja and my other vitamin C serums for at least a month and used this exclusively. Then I brought those back in and I have been rotating. The thing about it is I realized, like, when I'm using the Cos de Baja L-ascorbic vitamin C, I expect that to do something for my skin because L-ascorbic acid is the most potent form of vitamin C and it works really quickly. When I stopped that and I switched to this one, and this is what sold me, is that this vitamin C serum was able to maintain the brightness of my skin. I noticed that sometimes if I go from L-ascorbic to some vitamin C derivatives, that my skin will look bright and clear and all of that, but it may not be as bright. And then I can see a dramatic difference when I go back to L-ascorbic. But with this completely maintained. My skin continues to look really bright, luminous, and so on. While I use this, it has an interesting consistency. It feels almost kind of like light jelly on the skin, but then it absorbs so quickly. So I am not sure if it is because it is ethyl ascorbic acid, because I have not tried any other ethyl ascorbic acid formulations or serums on the market, they are now coming into the market. For example, expensive brands like Dr. Dennis Ross, he has a serum now that also has ethyl ascorbic acid. I'm telling you, it is making big waves in the vitamin C world. And one of the other nice things about this particular ingredient is that it is not just, it is water and oil soluble. So it has been, you know, working very well, and it is very, very stable. And that has made a world of a difference, because as you know, L-ascorbic acid, while it is really potent, it is also not very, very stable, and you have to use a lot of ingredients to stabilize it and all of that. And even so, like I would have told you, I refrigerate mine to extend the life. With this, you don't need to refrigerate. It stays fine, you know, on your counter or wherever. In general, you should let sun hit your skincare directly. So once it's on your counter, your vanity, you're fine with this one. And it works really, really good. Now, this absorbs well. I have worn it on the makeup with no problem. I would actually recommend this for all skin types. If you have dry skin, you could also use this one. Except that don't just depend on this alone for hydration. While it does feel nice and it gives the skin a little bit of hydration, if you are dry skin, you will probably want something a little bit more. But again, this one really shocked me, and has definitely become a favorite. Yeah, guys, so we have 3 more products, and I'm talking way too long. So the other one is one that I also did. Actually, in fact, the next 2 are also 2 that I did reviews for, and I posted detailed reviews again. So I will put the links in the description box below. But the first one is this one, the Garnier, and my lighting is making it a little bit difficult for you to see, but the Garnier. This is the Water Rose 24-hour moisture cream, and I really, really fell in love with this. There is also their rose gel, which is also nice. But between the 2, if I had to choose and recommend, I will definitely choose this one. You will think like, what? On, you know, on my oily skin, how come I don't prefer the gel? Because that's lighter weight, and that works really well for me. But while this one is called a cream, it's like a gel cream hybrid consistency. But this absorbs really nicely into the skin, and this is a little bit more moisturizing, but I actually prefer that on my oily skin, because that means to me during the day that I would actually produce less oil. And like I said, in my review, I did go into the ingredients and why this works well for me. This has not caused me any breakouts at all. This does have some fragrance, so if you are sensitive to fragrance, while it smells like a really lovely bouquet of roses, you may want to be concerned about that. But yeah, that is a moisturizer that I've come to love. And the other product is actually another Garnier product, and this is the Skin Active Ultra Clean 3-in-1. Now, why they call it a 3-in-1 is because it can be used as a cleanser, as a scrub, and as a mask. And I actually don't recommend it as a cleanser. Maybe a scrub, if you're using it maybe about twice for the week, that's fine. But definitely not as a, when I say not a cleanser, I mean I don't recommend it as a daily cleanser. This does have kaolin clay, which is great because it's going to take all that dirt and that gunk out of your pores. But they're also, it also has charcoal, which is going to give it that black look and so on. And charcoal also has skin benefits, but this works fantastic on me as a mask, and it dries down really, really quickly. So if you want a quick mask that you could use once a week, especially if you want to just pull out that excess oil and so on, this is a nice one to use. It will dry down in 5 to 7 minutes. And even though I'm saying dry down, I'm not talking about that dry, suck out everything from your skin kind of dry. No, it's really nice. You do get a little bit of exfoliation when you are taking it off. You wet it with your fingers and you massage. It works beautifully, as you will see in the clip, and I do enjoy it and I do recommend it. And this is a drugstore product. So yeah, definitely check that one if you're looking for a drugstore mask. I really recommend it. And the last product that I'm sharing with you in this favorites video is actually another mask. Now, I just have here the mini one because I have gone through one mini, and this is my second one, and my full size is actually on the way. And this is from a Korean brand called Papa Recipe, and this is the Eggplant Clearing Mud Cream Mask. Now, I actually got the first sample size of this in my Ipsy, and I was so glad I got it after I tested this product because I fell in love at first use. Okay, so it is, as you will see, it is a beautiful purple color. Yeah, clearly I'm a sucker for purple packaging and so on, but that's not, the whole reason. This is also formulated with kaolin, just like the Garnier mask as well. So that's a really nice clay to absorb the oils and absorb sebum and so on. But there are some other very, very interesting things in here. So you heard that it is the Eggplant Clearing Mud Cream Mask. So while this has kaolin This does not dry down on the skin like you would expect a clay mask to dry down at all, at all, at all. This goes on like a cream. It feels like a cream. It actually moisturizes your skin. You leave it on 10 to 15 minutes before you massage, because there are a few in between grains inside that is going to give you some very, very light exfoliation. Again, kind of similar to the Garnier, but the ingredients are different. Now, eggplant extract is really, really good, especially for oily, acne-prone skin. Ta-da! Yes. And I have noticed that when I use this, I use it around my period time, or when I have extra oil buildup in my skin and so on. It really makes a difference, and I've fallen in love with it so much so that my full size is almost here. I can't wait because I'm almost done with this tube. It has worked really, really amazing on my skin. It's in fact one of my favorite masks. Although I have quite a few more to tell you all about, but I'll tell you about that some other time. But yeah, and this also has no fragrance at all. So if you have sensitive skin and you are looking for something that is going to deep clean your pores but not be drying, give you a little bit of support. For example, there are some people who have drier skin and they do have some acne issues and so on. This is anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial and all of that. So it is going to definitely give you some help. And I think that even dry skin people could get away with this one because it's not drying at all, and it has that moisturizing factor. And some interesting facts about this particular mask is that it also contains chia seed extract, and it also contains Centella Asiatica extract, among some other things like birch sap and some other really, really nourishing ingredients for the skin. So guys, like I said, I talked way too long, and I have so many other products to tell you guys about, but I am going to do a couple of one brand reviews because I have fallen in love with some things that I need to tell you about. What skincare products have you been loving within the last couple of months? Please comment below and let me know and how it's been working for you, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.